In So Lonely news.
Ronry.
Oh yeah, I love that.
So Ronry. Or that one. Yeah, from Team America.
Yeah.
I have nobody.
Submitted by Non-Flat TV.
Non-flat.
A CRT.
So like,
The old boxy guys.
oh, that's what they were called?
Yeah, CRT.
Lit projection one.
Yeah, rear lit projection.
Dude, I will say, it's way easier to play N64 on those TVs because they have the RGB cables.
Oh
Oh, in
yeah.
the front. I missed that. I gotta get converters for that.
But we do it. We do it.
But
baby.
we'll
we
do
still go
it.
hard. We still go hard.
It's just a lot of trouble for us.
Gotcha.
I miss those TVs with the VCRs attached.
Oh yeah. I used to hide my stuff in there.
That's dope.
Dope.
In the VCR.
Yeah, the VCR of my TV it came with its own VCR thing, and I would hide stuff in there.
Oh, that's
like
actually
pot.
That's genius. Why didn't I think of
My
that?
birth control when I started having sex, my mom didn't know. Or that's like the first place a cop would look. Detective.
You know where I would hide my shit? In my fucking Walmart desk. You could take a knife, pop out one of the ends, and then there's another plastic piece you have to pop back, and then there was a whole empty hole.
See, Walmart, why don't you sponsor David?
Yeah, man.
He's doing a good work for you, David. Here we go.
Okay, here we go. Here are 5 surprising truths about loneliness.
How sad.
This is.
Why does this sound like a BuzzFeed video?
Hey.
Yeah.
My people. Is this BuzzFeed?
No, this is BBC. It's another B.
BBC!
Big black.
Broadcasting.
I'm thinking too. Yeah, that was BBC. Big black cock.
Yeah, so there were 55,000 people that took part in BBC's loneliness experiment.
Didn't have a problem finding people for that, huh?
So it's like the largest survey of its kind.
55,000 is a lot.
55,000 people, yeah. So what they found out is, number one, younger people feel lonelier than older people. That's because you're trying to figure shit out.
Yeah, and older people don't give a fuck.
I think because younger people rely on the energy of others, and the older people are fucking tired of other people's energy.
Yes, exactly. Because like you're young, you're in school like most of your life, and then all of a sudden you get dumped out into the world, and you're like, oh shit. Yeah, that's exactly what they're mentioning too. It's like when you're younger too. So this age group is 16 to 24. They're the loneliest people that took this survey here, and they're saying that that's because when you're young, you're still trying to figure out like your own feelings, and then like what you're saying, it's like then you start being out on your own, or like there's like,
Emo
school.
phase.
Like you don't go to school anymore, or you change schools, and the people that you grew up with, you no longer see them all the time. So fact one, not surprising. Yeah.
It's because you're not old.
These are supposed to be surprising truths.
You're not old enough to have drinking
Not
buddies
surprised.
yet.
No, it is surprising. Like the general public. I wasn't surprised. You're not part of the general.
Because she's lonely secretly.
Wait,
makes
really quick.
sense.
The reason why it's surprising is because a lot of people think that the oldest people in this category, like people taking the survey, that they would be the loneliest.
I would have agreed with that.
Because like senior citizens that are like in homes and stuff. Yeah, so
Sorry.
exactly. That's why people would
I
think.
thought seniors would have the most fun because it's like going back to college again with like you're in a dormitory or a lot of your friends are free to chill because everyone's retired and shit. So you go on these cruises.
But you have limited mobility though.
All I know is that I just want to die before burial. That's right. I can't do it.
Me too.
I gotta die before that bitch, dude.
I hope all of you die. I'm gonna stay alive forever.
Yeah.
Fuck that. Because when people ask me like, you know, like in the future when people go, oh, how was Tiff like? I never got to meet her. And I'm like, I could talk as much shit as I want because she's deaf.
You're just like a brain.
You can't even defend yourself.
Yeah.
You're like a brain hooked up to an AI.
And everyone's like, ooh, tell me what it was like behind the scenes on JK News. And I'm like, I'll tell you all the motherfucking details. And everyone will believe the shit out
I
of
like
me.
how everyone in that generation 80 years from now knows JK News.
We're gonna be legend.
And nobody has to be dead for that. You don't have to die. Yeah, right.
No, behind the scenes.
Yeah, but they see behind the scenes on the vlogs.
The vlog.
No, it's gonna be the commenters that are get like, was it real when you guys were sitting next to each other? You guys were fucking and all that stuff? Cause I wanna know.
And you're gonna say yes?
They've been holding on. Hell no!
That's because you're gonna lie, right?
No, I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, they were going through some problems.
JK
Yeah, that's why they were
historian,
switching.
Yeah, it has to be like Saved by the Bell. If you're Screech, you gotta sell the fucking book, right? If you're Dustin Diamond, you gotta sell that fucking book. So you gotta be like, yo, everyone's fucking, everyone's doing drugs.
Didn't you go to prison for like killing someone?
Yeah, for stabbing a guy.
For like stabbing someone?
Yeah.
Screech?
Yeah.
He has a dildo made from his dick.
That's just one of those fun facts you hear.
Yeah, we did an article. That's how I found out it was on JK News.
Oh, fuck, I don't remember. I remember that.
I like that. He's like, y'all looking at me, you prudes. He's like, I got that from your source.
What are you talking about?
Got that from your
I
mouth.
remember that.
All right, what's the
Anyway,
next one?
Number 2, 41% of people think loneliness can be positive.
Wait, I think there's a difference between lonely and being alone.
So the way that the majority of people who define loneliness, so these are the 5 things people say loneliness is. Having nobody to talk to.
We both laughed. I was like, that's some sad ass shit.
It's sad as shit.
Feeling disconnected from the world. Feeling left out, sadness, and not feeling understood.
Yeah,
Oh, I
it's
have
pretty
the last
goddamn
3.
lonely.
I'm like
Looking back to me.
4 out of 5.
Yeah, me too.
But for other reasons.
I can talk. I have people to talk to, but like all the rest, I feel. But I feel like you could feel lonely. It's all about what's inside. Like you could feel lonely in a crowd of people. You could feel lonely at a party.
Tokyo is a great place to be lonely at because it accommodates for
Loneliness.
Yeah, like you could eat alone, you could try, like do a lot of shit, and you don't feel alone because there's so many fucking people.
That are all alone.
Yeah, but then you also feel like that. You don't get that anxiety when you eat or whatever that you're by yourself in this open space because they have these fucking cubicles and everything feels like comfortable.
I've never
Okay.
in my life felt more lonely than when me and Nikki went to a house party filled with like 19-year-old kids.
Oh my god. Yeah, we were like the
It's
oldest.
a different language.
Yeah,
It was
and like
nuts.
we didn't know anybody except for the birthday.
We were
person.
invited by a fellow 30-year-old person.
Yeah.
But then when we got there, we discovered that it was filled with 19-year-olds.
All their friends?
Kind
No,
of.
I was invited by a 20-year-old person.
No, remember there was a 30-year-old girl was the
Yeah,
host?
yeah, but like I was invited by the 20-year-old.
Oh, I didn't.
I start chameleonizing myself. Like we were in playlist in Florida, like you guys were like, oh, these kids, and I'm like, yeah, and I was like, fuck, dude, I think I'm starting to blend. I forgot that I'm
You're just a
30.
That's your
creepy old
own
guy with a
mind.
bunch of kids around.
And then like I'm melting. I'm like that uncle that still thinks he's young. I think that's what I'm gonna be. It's like,
Oh shit, I think I
fuck.
still blend in actually. You're like, what's up, friends? And they're all like,
He's gonna come in. What's the hats, kids?
Yeah.
Oh!
It's like, guys, I think I'm fitting in really well.
Started pop locking and shit.
You know what people told me when I moved here was that LA is like the loneliest city of
I heard that too.
Oh yeah?
But
Why?
I've never felt
Even though it's
less
still
lonely.
I've never had more friends in my life.
I know. I think it's just the perception of people always putting on a front, so you don't really get to know people. You get to know their persona.
You know who told you that? A loser.
Wait.
Hey, that's my best friend we're talking about.
LA locals or
Or-
transplants?
Oh, yeah, that's a
It
different.
was a transplant.
Yeah, the transplants are the ones that say that. Yeah.
I'm a local and I've never
Okay.
felt
No, that's what I'm saying is like most locals don't, it's a fucking different world, right? Like most people that come here, they come here for entertainment, they come here to live in the big city.
They come here because they have this ego and then it gets put in check.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh shit, I feel lonely.
I just weren't friends though. And the first year was pretty lonely here.
Well, it's hard because
Everybody has their own
entertainment-
groups though. It's cause like, oh, you got like the people on the east side, the Culver City side, you know, the valley side, but
And then BuzzFeed, you're like, we got the list people, we got the food people, you know what I mean? We got BuzzFeed Sports, whatever that is.
Well, I mean, you moved down here from you're pretty much transplant, but you made friends like that because you can filter through shitty people.
Yeah, well, I'm a very sociable person, but I don't have. I have a lot of acquaintances, but I have a very small amount of friends. So it's like for me, it's like if I find people I like, I usually stick with them. So I met these dudes, and that was it.
5 years later.
I'm good, you know. And so and a lot of people too. Like usually, I click with it. If I do, it works well. If not, I'm good at smiling in front of you, and I won't be rude to you.
Yeah.
But don't be mad if I don't call you up.
You know what it is though? It's because I'm not saying all people in Ohio are like this, but I came from a place where you could trust everybody.
Yeah.
Well, because is that a small town or?
It was like a smaller town, yeah. But then there's like nothing to gain from each other. But then you move here, or I moved here, and it was like I didn't have a BS meter, so I was just trusting people left and right, and then I was getting burned left and right, and it was like, oh god, I need to be more of a LA.
But maybe that's not a LA thing, but it's like a small town boy living in a
Big city.
Living in a lonely
the
world.
movie about me coming out next fall.
Yeah. I mean, because that happens to people that go to New York. That happens to people that go to like any major city. I think like the mentality is totally different.
I don't know. I don't know if it's a city thing.
I feel like it's having family close.
I don't know. I don't know what my reason is then too, because I have a really bad bullshit meter too, and I believe everything people tell me too. So I'm like,
there's also the city boys, like people who were like born and raised in South Detroit.
That's true.
They go through this. I think they go through the same thing. You know?
I think.
Where's this point going?
No, that's what I thought. I don't know. I just think you shouldn't stop believing.
Shut up.
If you want to get friends,
Don't
you should.
stop.
Don't stop.
Believe it.
Anyway, third point here is
right.
people who feel lonely have social skills that are no better or worse than average. Because a lot of people assume that lonely people have really bad social skills. Number 4 is winter is no lonelier than any other time of the year. People who feel lonely will feel lonely no matter what time of the year is.
I disagree with
So
that.
winter's not lonelier? Is that
This is
the?
according to the survey. Like this is the results that they found.
Yeah, people that have depression and feel lonely are gonna feel that way no matter what.
But then they're saying like usually the misconception is that it's worse around the holidays.
Then why are there more suicides around the holidays?
Well, we're talking about the UK here. It's always winter.
Different stat.
Oh, that's right. It's a little
Not
different.
correlated. I don't know.
There are people that get the summertime sadness too.
That's what they wrote in here too. That a lot of them mainly had summertime, or it would be Christmas too. But it's just the fact that it doesn't spike up during Christmas.
Dude, man, you guys always have that one particular friend that they always say that they're happy being single, but any chance that they get, they always have to talk about how they're single. It's like, I'm fine. I actually like it.
I'm better. It's better. He's like, I come home and there's no one there, and I really like it.
And I save all the money.
Yeah, that's true. Because my single friends that are single, you see them living the life, but they don't talk about it.
Yeah.
They're too busy enjoying it.
Sometimes I just want to put my hand on their shoulder and be like, dude, just fucking die then, all right? Like, just fucking, Jesus.
It reminds me of that Nacho Libre scene where he's like, man, it's the best.
I get to wake up alone in a bed by myself for the rest of my life.
It makes me want to grab them by the shoulder, like Robin Williams in fucking Good Will Hunting, to single guys. And I want to be like, it's not your fault. And they're like, shut up, man, shut up. And I'm like, it's not your fault. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. Shut up, man. Hey, shut the fuck up, man. You don't know how hard it is. Like, I feel like I could get that out of them.
All right, last one here is people who often feel lonely have higher levels of empathy than everyone else.
That kind of makes sense because
They understand people's physical pain and emotional pain.
when you're too empathetic too, you are sensitive toward humans and what they're going through or whatever, and it's overwhelming. I think that's what kind of separates super social and not too social. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, that's why you have to be really particular about who you hang around with.
Because you don't want that shit energy. Sometimes.
Do you think it's lonely? Do you think when you see someone eating alone, do you think that's sad?
No, because I do it all the time.
Thank you.
Wait, it depends on
Thank you.
where.
We had this argument.
At a mall food court, it's the darkest shit ever.
We weren't
you can
at
think
a mall
of.
food court.
Okay,
we were
but-
at a bar where the games were all playing. This lady is drinking alone, watching the game, and he's like, "She got here before us. That's really sad. And she's just alone." And I'm like, "That's not sad."
What if she's enjoying her time outside of the house because
That's
it's
what
too
I'm saying.
Watching
Yeah, you don't know.
watching the most social sport ever, football,
Yeah, but
in a bar alone with a beer in front of
she
you.
just wants to watch her team play.
I don't know, bro.
What if she has a house full of 5 kids that are loud as fuck, and then she wants to just
She
get
didn't
out?
look like it.
Thank you.
Hey, I would defend her because I do that. not drink alone in a bar, but I'll watch sports alone because I get
In
emotional.
the privacy of your home, though, right?
No, I'll go to a restaurant and I'll just like eat.
So
And,
when I lived alone,
Yeah.
I didn't have cable, so I would go across the street to the bar during the Packers games, and I would watch and drink alone. What's
yeah, but
wrong
you're
with
a
that?
fucking hot chick. Dudes will come up to you all the time. It doesn't matter.
I didn't talk to anybody.
what about me though?
It's 10 in the morning.
You're a hot guy.
It's 10 in the morning and drinking alcohol?
She's
Bloody
alone.
Marys.
Yeah, you have to.
Okay, that-
It's Sunday.
Yeah, it's Sunday football.
Not here.
Sunday
thing.
football.
You're a self-described lonely, depressed person, though.
No, but I feel
So you're doing what lonely people
I
do.
feel more lonely. I feel more lonely in a crowd full of people like that are partying. Like if I'm at a party, a house party.
Oh, because you feel left out.
Yeah, and I feel like I don't know any of these people. I'm supposed to talk, and I don't. I'm supposed to talk. But then if I'm by myself, I'm having a blast. Like if I'm like eating and by myself, I fucking love being alone.
It's not your fault. It's not your fault.
He never
not
comes
your
with
fault,
me on
Nikki.
like hikes and stuff.